On our list here is introduction. Okay, do I really need much introduction? My name is Mustafa Kabir. For people that don't know my real name, Mustafa Kabir. And
Mustafa Kabir.
Yes.
Wow.
I do internet marketing, digital marketing generally. I do everything. Everything that brings legit money online is what I do. I don't say, oh, I'm not doing affiliate marketing, I'm doing only freelancing, I'm doing this. No, I'm doing everything as long as it brings money. But the one I recently focused on the most is Amazon KDP, because I found out that this is passive income. Everybody, even people that are working 9 to 5, everybody is looking for a way to build passive income for themselves. So when I discovered Amazon, I found out that if I really give this business my time, it's going to pay me. The person that inspires me the most is a woman. She has two kids, and she has two accounts for these two kids. She has her account. She has one for her parents. She has one for her kids, each of her kids. So that was when I felt like, wow, I think I can do this too. Let me just have this, and then even if I don't have kids yet, let me just have accounts for them. I'll be keeping the money somewhere, maybe investing in the US stock or something in their name. So that was why I said, okay, I think Amazon KDP is the one that I'm going to focus on the most. So this is my reason for putting Amazon KDP ahead of all other internet marketing businesses that I do. I do importation, I do Fiverr, I do Upwork, let's focus on Amazon KDP though. So I hope my introduction is good enough.
Yes.
Okay, how long have I been publishing? Okay. I tried Amazon KDP without any knowledge. I tried Amazon KDP in 2018. That was the first time I tried it. I uploaded 4 digital marketing books, how to grow your online business and all. I didn't even really know about the keywords, how much keywords will really work on Amazon KDP. I know how to do keywords on Fiverr very well that can help your account to rank. I know all these things. In fact, people used to give me their account login details to help them rank their accounts on Fiverr. So I understood what keyword was, but I didn't know how good I was supposed to use it on Amazon KDP. So I just uploaded those books. I didn't make a single sale. There were 4 books. I didn't make a single sale. But after like a year, I saw that they were reads and all. I didn't even know how to withdraw. I just heard about Amazon KDP, and I took my time to just create. I was a ghostwriter on Fiverr, so I've known how to write books since. I just wrote my books and then uploaded them. It was hectic because I didn't know how to automate the process. I just did it. And my first time was 2018. I didn't really make money from it until COVID period, when I met one of my friends. He had stopped Fiverr and he started Amazon KDP. So he told me about it, like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. Then I started understanding how it works, started doing a lot of research. One thing I'm very good at is research. If I want to find something online, I would look for it very well until I get it. So I'll use YouTube, use Google, everywhere possible. I'll search. Sometimes I will even ask questions on Quora, so people would direct me or send me a link to where I can get information about it. So that's how I got to know a lot of things about making money online legitimately. So last year, February, I started understanding what evergreen is, keywords, niche research and all. So that was when I started Amazon KDP fully, last year, February. So that's it. The next thing here is, if you're asked to explain what Amazon KDP is to a beginner. Okay, Amazon KDP to a beginner, I just taught somebody 2 months ago. Let me tell you guys the story of how everything happened. Now, after I called him to come down, because teaching online is very, very hard, actually. I told him to travel. He traveled from where? He traveled from his location to where I am. He came to meet me. And then I started putting them through Amazon KDP. Amazon KDP. Amazon is the umbrella body. They have other products. There's Amazon FBA. There's Amazon Merch. There's Amazon Associates. But Amazon KDP is simply a platform where you upload books to sell. If you're a writer or you know how to create books that would solve a problem, write the book, upload it on Amazon KDP. People would come and buy it. Amazon already has the customer base. People would definitely come and buy the book as long as you use the right keywords that will make them see your book. So that's what Amazon KDP is. A platform where you make money by uploading or publishing books for people to buy. That's what Amazon KDP is in general. So let me do a brief introduction into the kind of books we can publish. Kenny, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with you. Okay. And your voice is very clear.
Okay.
You can carry on. Thank you.
I'm using you as a yardstick to measure how well people can hear me. So if I'm hearing you clearly, I believe they are also hearing me clearly.
Yes, they should.
Okay.
They should be hearing, right? Okay, thank you.
As a beginner, you first need to discover yourself. Discover yourself in the sense that where is your strength and weakness, or what is your strength or weakness? Are you a graphic designer that have no idea about how to create or write books? Then you should do something related to graphic designs if you want to. So there are two basic branches of the kind of books you can upload on Amazon KDP. There's low content and there's high content. Anybody that wants to start Amazon KDP, I would advise you to start with high content. And let me tell you the reason. It's because high content books have more customers. That's the first, and I'll tell you why. That's the first reason. The second reason is that high content books have, with high content books, there's little chance for you to fall into trouble. You don't run into copyright issues except you don't do your due diligence. That's two. Number three, high content books are less saturated compared to low content books. Low content books are easy to create. So everybody that wants to start Amazon KDP jumps to low content books. And for this reason, you cannot do low content books without running ads. If you want to be successful with it, you have to run ads. But you can do high content books without running any ads. I mean, without spending any extra money. The only thing you'll be spending is your time to create high content books. But if you want to go into low content, I tell you, you will create a lot of books and you might still not be making sales. It is highly saturated, very, very saturated. The only way to survive with low content books is by running ads. So now, let's talk about high content books. For high content books, there are two different types of high content books. There's fiction and there's non-fiction. They are both English words. Fiction, story, that's what it means. Any book that's going to be telling a story that you'll be reading is for pleasure, to enjoy what the person is saying or what the person wrote in the book or what the author wrote, is called a fiction book. It's going to be a full book of story. You read the story of a person or a character in the book from the beginning to the end. It's talking about a particular person or a particular event or a particular scene. That is fiction. Now, fiction books are harder to write. You have to actually be a writer to write fiction books. But you can use the tool I talked about earlier to write fiction books. The tool is called Jasper. You can use to write and all. Yeah.
Okay, now your network broke at that point when you said Jasper, it just went off.
Okay.
And
I was talking about fiction books. I was saying you can use that tool to write fiction books too. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Now, non-fiction. Non-fiction is the second type of high content book, and it's not, just like the name, non-fiction. It is not a fiction book. People mostly read non-fiction books to learn something new, to learn how something is done, to learn how to better their lives. Now, the best way to sell fiction books is to include a learning curve in that fiction. For example, if you're writing a romance book, like if you're writing something like How to Get Your Ex, and it's a fiction book, you should write a complete story of how somebody broke up with their ex and how they got the ex back. That's the only way people will be interested in reading your book and even share it with other people. But low content book, if you're writing, non-fiction books, if you're writing a non-fiction book about how to get your ex, you don't even need to, if you write a story in it, it's a plus, but you don't even need to write a story. Just go straight to the point. Tell us how you should get your ex back, what you should do to get your ex back. That's the difference between a fiction and a non-fiction book. So most times, non-fiction books are usually like tutorials or something you'd or something you need to do to learn, or something you need to learn. When you have something you need to learn, then it is going to be a non-fiction book. It's going to be a full book, but you don't read it just for pleasure. You read it to learn new things or discover something or see how something is being done. So that's about the two types of books. Now, on Amazon, there are 3 formats that you can upload on Amazon to make money. Some people neglect the last format, but I don't. And I make a lot of money from it. It's a new market. It's untapped, highly untapped. Amazon is focusing their adverts more on this format I'm going to talk about. You have Kindle, which is the first format. You have paperback and you have hardcover. A lot of people, especially Nigerians, don't do hardcover. All the books I upload on Amazon KDP, I have hardcover for all of them. Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. Kindle is read on a device. You cannot read Kindle physically. Kindle is the real ebook. So the Kindle device is a device like a tablet or an iPad that is used to read these books. So when people go on Amazon KDP, or when people go on Amazon rather, they search for books. If they want to read it on their device, they will buy the Kindle version. But if they want to read it physically, Amazon would print it and deliver it to them. Then they will buy the paperback version. But recently, Amazon discovered that some people want to gift their loved ones, and the paperback version is usually not as presentable as they deem it to be. So they started creating hardcover. Hardcover books are more presentable, especially if they are going to be used as gifts. So they created the hardcover market, and people are really, really buying it. I sell a couple of hardcover books every month, but I noticed that a lot of Nigerians don't create hardcover books. So this is going to be my first tip. Start creating hardcover books. Everything you do in your paperback is the same thing as what you would do in your hardcover. No difference. It's like you're uploading the paperback twice. After uploading the paperback, you do your hardcover. So you guys should start tapping into the hardcover market. So these are the 3 formats. Now the first format is Kindle. Please, as from this point, listen to what I'll be saying very well and digest it. In fact, anything you don't understand, note it so that after the class, you would ask me and I'll explain very well. Now, the Kindle, Amazon says you can publish from 3 pages above. This means that some people have just 3 pages of their books on Amazon and they are making sales. Let me give you an example. There are some things you would want to explain, but there's some things you want to explain and it does not require a lot of explanation. For example, I searched a video on YouTube, how to drink water. Imagine the video has millions of views. Imagine people going to check how to drink water. Like, I was surprised. People were going on YouTube to watch videos on how to drink water. Like, it's not just water. Pick up the water and drink. Now, the video explains different ways to drink water that can be beneficial to your health. Such a book can be written on Amazon KDP. The video was talking about how you need to squat before you drink water. Instead of standing to drink water, the effect of standing to drink water. It was explaining how you should sit down or squat to drink water. What the health benefit is going to give you if you squat or if you sit down to take your water. That's just what the video was talking about. And people started, in the comment section, people were saying, wow, this is very effective. I watched your video 2 weeks ago and I've started implementing the strategies. Anytime I want to drink water, I will sit to drink the water, and this started happening to me. I started urinating more often. They started saying all these things. Now, if you want to explain something like this, you don't need a lot of pages to do it. You can write a book like this and upload on Amazon KDP. With this, you can have 3 pages or 4 pages. And people will buy it. That's the funniest thing. People will buy it. So that's for Kindle. Now, Amazon says if you want to upload paperback, you must upload from 25 pages and above. So if you have any book that is less than 24 or 25 pages, it's going to be under Kindle. You will not be able to upload it for paperback. So if you are going to create a book, you must make sure that you have over 25 pages if you want to have a paperback version. And the money on Amazon KDP, the money is in paperback. I'm not saying you won't make money if you're uploading only Kindle, but you will make more money if you're uploading paperback and hardcover. Now, for hardcover, the book must be at least 75 pages. I hope you understand the way I'm breaking it down. Kindle, 3 pages minimum. Paperback, 25 pages minimum. Hardcover, 75 pages. Imagine a hardcover book having like 50 pages. It's not going to make sense. So they made it compulsory that if you want to create hardcover, you must make sure that your book is up to 75 pages. So I hope I've been able to break the 3 formats that you can upload on Amazon KDP. Now, okay, let me talk about why people don't make sales. I don't know, like I said earlier, everybody that has learned KDP through me, if they would only complain of low sales, not that they are not making sales. So it means that, and whenever they complain to me, I'll just request to check their account. If I can, I'll tell them to bring their laptop, let me check their account. I'll check the account and I'll discover the reasons they are not making sales. Now, these are the things I want to explain here. There are some things that would hinder you from making sales on Amazon KDP. Even if you start today, there is no reason why you cannot start making sales immediately, especially rates. Number one thing that determines sales is the keywords. Keyword is the major problem on Amazon KDP. Even if you have a bad book, if you have a book that is not well written or well formatted with a bad cover, if the keyword is good, you will make sales. The cover is not fine, the interior is not well formatted, the book does not deliver value. I'm telling you, if you do the keywords well, you will make sales. That tells you that keyword holds 70% of your success rate on Amazon KDP. So whether you like it or not, you must learn keywords and keywords research. If you don't learn it, you suffer and you get frustrated. Sorry, that was a call. Kenny, I hope I'm still connected.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't learn keywords, I tell you, you would suffer on Amazon KDP. So let's leave keyword. We'll come back to it. But if we start talking about keywords,
please talk about it though. We are ready to this evening. Please talk about it.
I'll talk about it. Let me just talk about other things that makes up the 30%. Keyword holds 70%, sincerely. So now, the second thing that determines sale is your book cover. Your book cover. Your book cover has to be very attractive because your who is this person now? Your keyword would bring people to your book. It's now left to your book cover to make them click your book. So it's like Netflix. Let me use everybody here should understand or know what Netflix is. You want to see a movie on Netflix. Just type the title of the movie. Netflix will even show you, apart from the movie, it will show you more other related movies. And then the only thing that will make you want to click and watch a movie is how well the cover is designed. Am I right? Now, you will see all these movies, you will see an horror movie, and you will see, in fact, you will see different movies on Netflix. They are all displayed in front of you. But what triggers you to choose the one you chose? A movie you've never heard about, you've never seen anything about it, you've never watched the trailer or anything, and then you just click it and you decide to watch it. It is the cover that attracted you. This is exactly how it happens on Amazon KDP when people want to buy books. If somebody wants to buy a book about, what can I use now? Let's say somebody wants to buy a book about pregnancy workouts, for example. And then if you type pregnancy workouts on Amazon KDP, you will see, you can even see up to 500 books on pregnancy workouts. Now, why should this person choose you? Why should you be the person they will buy from? This is where book cover comes in. Your book cover is talking about pregnancy workouts. You should be showing a pregnant woman that is working out. That tells this person that, oh, this book should contain what I am looking for. The value I'm trying to get is what is in this book. So you also need to understand cover designs and how your covers should depict what your book is talking about. That is the second determinant of sales on Amazon KDP. Now, the third one is the description. I'm going to say all these things in our normal everyday life scenario. I'm coming. So the third one is your description. Now, your description is you talking to a customer, telling them to buy your book, even when you are not there, even in your absence. You can be sleeping in Nigeria and somebody is reading your description to buy your book. Whenever you write your description, if it does not convince you to buy that product, it is not good enough. Your description should convince you first before you even try to make it convince a potential buyer. So description is the third determinant of sales. The first thing, like I said, is your title, because your title is what the customer would type on the Amazon search bar to display the kind of books they want to buy. Now, after the books are displayed, the next thing they will see is the book cover, which means that all these are the stages. If you see that you make a sale today, your book has passed through all these stages. Stage one, the title. The title meets the person's requirements. Oh, I search this title and I see the books on display. Yes. The second thing is the book cover. If you made a sale, it means that your book cover also meets that person's requirements. The person saw what they are looking for in your book cover. That's two. Number 3 is your description. Now they'll read your description. Description is you explaining what this book contains. Now, what is the title of your book? Pregnancy Workout. You just tell us what pregnancy workout means, the benefits, how to do it, the tools you need to do it, how easy it is. You see, everybody on earth is looking for an easier way to do things. So if your description is not telling them that this thing is easier than you think, if you want to do this, this is what you should do. You don't even need to go to the gym to start your pregnancy workout. You don't need to go move out of your house. Just get this easy to source equipment, have them at home, and then you can start your pregnancy workout right away. These are the benefits. If there are stages in pregnancy, like first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester, you can also add it that this book has different sections. For first trimester, the kind of exercises you do. For second trimester, the kind of exercises you do. The third, and like that. And these are the benefits. It will also help you gain enough strength to push on the day you want to give birth. It will also help you lose weight. It will keep your body in shape, that after pregnancy, you wouldn't even need to worry about weight loss. You see, when somebody reads all these things, I tell you, when a customer or a potential buyer comes to buy books on Amazon KDP, they don't just click only your book and buy. They can open like 3 or 4. They will check the description, check everything, check the number of pages, check all these things, and then they will select. So if you make sales on Amazon KDP, it means that your book won the context of all these 5 books. It doesn't mean it's only your book that the person bought. The person might be confused and see 3 books that they like. You can buy 3 of them, but at least you were part of those that made the sale. So your book is good. That's what it means. That's the 3rd, right? Description. Then the 4th is your introduction. No, before the introduction, let me say something. Your table of contents. Now, let me give you guys a dynamics about table of contents. Everything I'm telling you here is what I put into consideration when I'm writing my book. Your first marketing. Yes, there's no external marketing. Amazon brings all the customers for you. But I tell you, when writing your book, you have to market your book inside your book. A good book cover is part of marketing. Now, your table of contents. Let me give you a secret. If you're on this space, please hold these secrets very well. When you're writing or when you're trying to configure your table of contents, you add suspense to it. If a particular chapter says 50 foods you can eat to lose weight, please don't put the 50 foods. Don't highlight those 50 foods in your table of contents. Don't. Put suspense to it. The person should feel like, wow, 50 foods. I have to buy this book to see these 50 foods. Do you get? Things that are very important in your book, put them in your table of contents, but don't list them. Let that suspense be there. If you say 7 days meal plan to lose weight, okay? If you say 7 days meal plan to lose weight, what you should put there is Monday. You see, a meal plan means how you should plan your meals so that you start eating them every day, morning, afternoon, and night, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you'll be showing this person that this book has what you should eat on Monday for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts. But you should not list those foods that they should be eating. The only thing that should appear in your table of contents should be the day, that's Monday, the food, the time, that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the person should be seeing that in this book, this person has what I can eat on Monday, or the food I can prepare to eat on Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On Tuesday, the same thing. Wednesday. But the person will not see that on Monday for breakfast, I will take tea and bread. No, they should not see that. In the afternoon, I should take pepper soup and malt. No, they should not see all these things. They should only see that this book contains that thing that they want, but they have to buy this book to have access to it. That's a secret. Sometimes when I'm searching for books or when I'm looking through books on Amazon KDP, I'll see table of contents. They will have everything. You see, these people, if they have an opportunity not to pay for your book, they won't pay. They will just, in fact, almost everything in your book is on Google. What they are actually paying for is to compile for them and sell it to them. They don't have the time to spend the whole day on Amazon, on Google, looking for recipes that they can be using to lose weight or looking for ways that they can be working out to lose weight. No. So if they see everything in your table of contents, they can just look at it. They know that if they type that particular food on Google, it will give them the recipes. They can just copy it from Google. So put that suspense in your table of contents. Any type of book you're writing, make sure there's an element of suspense that they would see that this book has it, but they have to buy this book to have access to it. Now, the fourth one is your introduction. No matter how bad your book is, I'm saying bad just to buttress a point. I'm not saying your book should be bad. I'm not saying you should upload or write bad books. No matter how bad your book is, your introduction should kill it. If your introduction is not good, even if the cover is fine, you see, it's different stages. If all the stages does not meet the person's requirements, they will not buy the book. So imagine you've written a good book. Use the best keywords. The person searches for your book. They see your book. They click on the table. They click on the book cover. They read your description. They check your table of contents, and then your introduction becomes the only turn off that does not make them buy that book. It's very, very bad. Imagine you have 5 stages to make money, and you've gotten to the last stage. And that is where you lose the deal. It's not supposed to be like that. So if you are going to be doing all these 5 elements very well, you must also make sure that your introduction is catchy. Your introduction should tell them that this book that you are seeing is exactly what you want. And how do you do this? This is another secret. How do you do this? Is by adding storytelling. You see, even if the book is to learn something, let's say the book is about how to fix DSTV, for example. The book is how to fix DSTV. Now, somebody that buys the DSTV will come on Amazon KDP to search how to fix DSTV. They will see your book. They open it. They like the book cover. They open it. They like the description. They like the table of contents. And then when they get to the introduction, they now see a story of how you were unable to fix your DSTV, how you spent a lot of money to fix your DSTV, and all the process proved abortive, and how you later did it easily. And then you let them know that if you don't know how to do this thing, you will keep running around, of which it's a very, very simple process. Now, that's the story. It's not even supposed to take more than a page or even half a page. It's a very short story. Once they come to your introduction and they want to have a feel, they want to believe that this person feels my pain. That's why this book will be a solution to that pain. This person feels the kind of pain I'm feeling. So your introduction, no matter, even if you copy all your contents online and you rewrite them, your introduction should be a taste of you. How you've tried to do that thing. For example, if I have a book about how to cure cancer or how to prevent cancer, I'll start with a story of how I was ignorant about the food that could help me cure cancer, or I can talk about the story of my neighbor or my friend, or I'll just pick somebody and create a story around how it's very simple, how they were told to stop eating junks, stop eating processed foods, and they didn't stop. And then later, cancer fell on them. and then they went to the hospital. The doctor diagnosed them with cancer, but it was at the first stage. Now, what they did, how they stopped the bad eating lifestyle and they adopted the good eating lifestyle to start preventing cancer. And gradually, they were able to reverse the condition. You see this story? If somebody cancer-related book, How to Reverse or Prevent Cancer, and they read this story, they know that this is the person that feels my pain, they would definitely buy that book. So all these 5 elements are what constitutes or what helps you make sales. Let me put it that way. So if you say you're not making sales, I've just told you everything that you should do. If you start doing it today, I guarantee you start making sales. You see, the market is very big. As let's say I'm making 20 sales today, somebody else is making 50, another person is making 100, another person is making 200 everywhere across the world. So the market is big enough. Don't say, I'm not selling because people are too much on the platform. No. If both of us write cancer-related book, both of us will be making our sales if we do it the right way. One person can even be buying our books as long as it meets their expectation or their value threshold. So if you want to really make sales on Amazon KDP, these are the things you must put. Look, you should not compromise them. Like, it is not debatable. Once you start, you must do it right. Number 1 is keywords, which holds 70%. If you have the bad keyword, they won't even see your book in the first place. It's not what somebody sees that they will buy. So if you have a good keyword, you've crossed the first hurdle. Then you move to the next one, which is your book cover. You see, let me tell you something. If you know that your book cover is not convincing you to buy, like it's not convincing enough, outsource it. Outsource it. If you know how to do it, fine. You can do it yourself. But there are a lot of publishers, and most of them or some of them are graphic designers. Pick one person that is a good cover creator. Tell them that, see, bro, I want you to be designing my covers for me. Let's negotiate. You negotiate with them. It can be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 2,000. It depends on how much you and the person. You see, we are all struggling. If you meet you cannot meet me, someone like me, to do cover for you. Except I want to do it for free. I just want to give you. I cannot even charge you because you will not be able to pay. Okay? But you can meet people that are just coming up. There are people that are very good. They are not making sales on Amazon KDP as they're supposed to, but they are very good with cover designs. You can type it on Twitter. Tag all the KDP bosses that you know. People that know how to design book covers will contact you at a token. If you can spend 3K or 3.5 to do MTN data or Airtel data for you to work on your Amazon KDP, please, you should be able to spend that same 3.5 or 4,000 or 5,000 to create a good cover while you learn the process. Don't say, I'll do it like this and then later, when I know how to do it, I'll change. No, you are putting money on the table. You are leaving money on the table. Outsource it to somebody to do it for you. There's no crime, because it has to be done the right way. If your book is very good and the cover is not good, you will not make sales. That's the truth. But if your book is very bad and the cover is fine, I tell you, you will make sales. That's to tell you how good or how well a good cover can help you make sales. So your book cover, if you don't know how to do it, you can outsource it to people that know how to do it at a token. If you tell them that they are the ones that will be designing your covers every time, I think you should actually get people that want to do it for you at a reasonable price. Then description. I'm going to explain how to do all these things. Description. Let me talk about description. I have a video on my YouTube channel on how to create a great description. Description is not supposed to be something that is hard at all. It's not supposed to be hard at all. Now, I have a lazy man way to do it. Every book you want to write, anything you want to write about, somebody has written it. Mostly in another language. Now you can use Google Translate to get the topic of that book on Amazon. Use Google Translate to search for it on Amazon in another country. when you see it, you'll see different books in another country, in another language. If you use your Chrome browser to translate or convert the page to English, you see that description. It's for somebody else, but you can copy it and use it. Nothing will happen. It's not about. In fact, if you copy it, if you translate it to English, copy it, go and check plagiarism. You will see that it is 100% unique. 100% unique. This is the easiest way. In fact, I don't really do it. I've done it before. In fact, I do it once in a while. If I'm too tired to craft a description from my head, I'll just use that method to do the description, and then I'll edit it to suit the book I'm writing. You can use this method to have your descriptions, but make sure that you read the description and make sure it is convincing. If your description and your book cover does not convince you, please don't publish it. Rewrite it till it convinces you first, and then that's when it will be able to convince, it will have the power to convince potential buyers. So these 5 things are the things or the variables that determine sales on Amazon KDP. If you do everything I've just said, if you do it, you will make sales. Like, no be juju, there's, it's not something we should argue. Everybody I have ever taught Amazon KDP, once I tell you to do these 5 things and you do them well, some of them will even send me their cover. Bro, is this cover fine? I'll say, yes, it's good, but change this, and do this. Now, when you do all these things, I tell you what, you will make sales. I don't talk about keywords yet. Let me talk about the other 4 variables. Keyword is what we're going to use to wrap up this space. Now, if you want to design a cover, which is the second element that determines sales, the keyword in your cover should be big. It should be bold. That is the mistake a lot of people make. It should be bold. The potential buyer should not strain their eyes to see the keyword on your cover. For example, cancer diet cookbook for beginners. For beginners, should be small. Okay? Cancer diet should be big on the page, so that even if somebody is scrolling through their phone or through their laptop, the word cancer diet is big enough for them to see. It is psychological. It sells. Now, you think about it. If you enter a market where they sell things, clothes or bags, there are different clothes sellers, but there's a particular one that is very big. The person's shop is very big, has a lot of lighting, has very nice colors. It is the most attractive of all other shops. That is it will be attracting you to even enter. That's exactly how it is. That book that has the cover boldly written in front of it is the one that has more tendency for them to click. People don't want to strain. Look, everybody is looking for ease in this life. If your book cover is going to strain them to read what is on it, they will just move to the next person. You're not the only person selling it. The same way your description is. If your description is saying something that, let's say the beginning of your description does not conform with what your book is saying, they will just move to the next person. There are options. You have to do it right. There are options. Once you miss one of these points, they will move to the next person. Exactly the way it is when you go to the market to buy something. Let's say you enter a market, you want to buy vegetables. You see like 10 different vegetable sellers lined up at the entrance of the market, and then you get there. The first 3 people are just looking at you. The 4th person is saying, uncle, come now. Auntie, come now. Come buy this ugu. Come buy this vegetable. We fine. It makes sense. Let me tell you, you might not even check the remaining 6 people. That person, you've seen that the first 3 people were just looking at you. They didn't even say anything to you. But the other person is describing their products to you. Auntie, see this ugu. It's fine. See the vegetable day. It green. Now fresh one. I just washed them this morning. That is what your description does in your absence. You are most likely going to buy from that person than going to stand in front of somebody that is not even persuading you to buy, or somebody that does not even look at you. You want to buy from that person that is calling you. So you see that calling, that description of that item. The ugu fresh, I just cut them from my farm today. Those are the descriptions that brings the person to you. Now, if the person comes to you to buy, or you go, I'm using you as an example now, you go straight to the buyer and you want to buy, and then the person starts telling you, the thing makes sense, so say I'm satisfying, I will even cut down for you. That's an extra, that's a bonus. You see, if you don't buy from that person now, juju, you would want to buy from that person. That is the real life scenario of how everything works on Amazon KDP. You have to put yourself in the buyer's shoes. If you are the one that wants to buy this book, what do you do? How will you do it? How will you feel? What would this person say to convince me? That's exactly what it is. So, the title of that book should be very visible to the potential buyer. Another thing is color usage. You must understand colors. Now, the easiest way I explain to people that I know don't have graphic design background is that whenever you are designing anything or any book cover, make sure that if your background is a light color, like white, yellow, light green, or anything related, any light color, if your background is a light color, make sure that your text on it should be dark. Please, this formula, try it. Well, after this page, you can try it. If your background is light, you cannot use white, you cannot use yellow to write on a yellow background. It will not make sense. You cannot use yellow background and use white to write on it. It will not make sense. But if you have a dark background, maybe green background, and you have a light color like white to write on it, it will come out nice. Or you have yellow to write on it, it will come out very fine. If you have red, which is light, and then you use white on it. Sorry, if you have red, which is dark, red is dark. Red is not a light color. If you have red, you should use a dark color on it. Some light colors go well with red too, not all. If you have red background, you should use something like, if you even use black or navy blue, it will come out nice. So understand that light color, dark text, dark background, light text. If you understand this simple formula, you'll be able to create very nice books. Now, let's talk about copyright for designing book covers. There are 5 different websites where I get pictures from. Now, these websites are not 100% copyright free. What I mean by 100% is that even Amazon does not tag them to be 100%, but at least they are 80%. It is better than Google that has 100% copyright pictures. Every picture you see on Google were posted by somebody. You have no right to use it, except you are going to alter it or adjust it. But on this website, they even wrote it there. The fact that the website is even going to give you a backup is enough. So if you are getting your pictures from these websites, you are at least 80% sure that you can never run into problems with Amazon KDP. Number 1 is Pixabay. I have a thread about it. Pixabay, pixabay.com, pexels.com. If you don't get the spellings, send me or just tag me on your timeline later and I'll explain everything. Or I can just share the thread. Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash, free-images.com. Everything is .com. And what's the last one again? I've forgotten the last one, but I have a thread. So I urge you to always get your pictures from here. Now, I want to give you another secret. Another place where I get pictures and don't run into problems is Instagram. Instagram has a lot of people that post pictures, maybe to promote their business or to promote anything. Let's say you're writing about keto diet. If you go on Instagram and you use the hashtag, if you use the hashtag keto diet, you will see thousands of keto diet pictures that you can use. Just look at the ones that appeal to you and use them. These pictures are not on Google, and they are very nice. In fact, if you see them on my covers, you'll be like, wow, did you take these pictures yourself? I use Instagram too, and you won't run into problems because it's not like these people are on Amazon and they are not on Google too. So that's another place you can get pictures. For people that used to ask me, hey, where can I get pictures to put in my cookbook, inside my books, you can use these pictures for your cookbook or even for your book covers, for the covers, please try as much as you can to stick to these free royalty sites. If you want to use Google Pictures, you see, let me tell you another truth. I use Google Pictures, but I alter them. If I see a picture I like on Google, I'll download it and I'll take it to a tool, a free tool that I can use to alter. I'll just remove some things or add more things. You can add more things to the picture or remove some things from the picture. I know how to do that. I have a video on it on my YouTube channel on how to do it. But if you know you cannot go through the stress, just stick with the ones on those free royalty websites. That is that for covers. I've talked about how to get description. I've talked about how to get covers. What else? I talked about how you should craft your introduction that can attract people to buy. Now let's talk about free tools for keywords. Kenya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Penny?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I guess Kenny is busy. I wanted to say,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Ask questions for like 5 minutes. Then.
Hello, Legalnairatv. Hello.
Okay. I've seen Abraham can speak. Kenny, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh my God.
Okay, let me allow those.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Permission to speak, so that
Hello,
we
can
can
you
ask
hear me
one
now?
or two questions before we continue into keywords. After keywords, I'll talk about how. I said I was going to talk about how to write a book without writing a book. People were confused, so we're going to talk about that very soon.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello. Hello,
Abraham. Abraham, wisdom.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. So,
I think Kenny is talking to you. Kenny is talking to you.
Okay, Kenny, her mic is off.
Talking to you.
My mic is on. My mic is on. I've been saying hello.
His mic is off.
My mic is on. Can you hear me?
Kenny,
hello. Yes.
I can't even hear her at all. But I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear her very clearly.
Okay, let's let Abraham continue then.
I can hear you, but I can't hear Kenny. So, please, what did she say? Maybe I can. And I hope others can hear me too.
Hello, I can hear you. This is Kenny, and I can hear you. Can you
start to? Kenny's mic is off.
My mic is on, no, in Jesus' name. My mic is on.
Abraham, are you there?
Oh my God.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. What did she say?
I don't know how she's saying her mic is on and network has started. That's what she's just saying. She just don't
But I can hear you. Please, what was she then talking to you? Was she asking a question?
She was just telling you that she's here. Maybe you can open the speaker for people to ask questions. Maybe you can open the platform for people to ask questions. I don't know how I got to speaker, Sha. I don't know how I got to
Do you have a question?
No, you can ask. Other people can ask.
Okay.
Hello, Abraham. Just tell him that he should, like, anyone that wants to ask question should request. Then I'm going to grant them the request.
Okay.
Do you understand?
But you heard everything I've been saying since, right?
Yes, I've been hearing.
Okay, I believe
she says you anyone that wants to ask question should just request and she'll accept.
Okay. So if you guys can hear me, Kenny said anyone that wants to ask a question should request and she would accept. So if you have any question, quickly make a request to speak and then she will accept it before we continue. Okay, somebody just requested.
Okay, so I have approved the persons to speak. So
Network don't start.
So Abraham, please let him know that I have approved the person to speak.
Kenny has approved the person who wants to ask question now, so the person can go ahead to ask question. Afro teams, you can go ahead to ask a question.
Good evening.
Good evening, I can hear you clearly, Afro teams.
Okay. Please, my question is regarding the keywords. Like, what are the ways that we can actually add keywords to our books that will guarantee a lot of sales?
Okay. I've noted the question. Yeah, question noted. I would answer it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other person wants to ask a question? Any other person? Just request and Kenny would. Okay, I think there's... Okay, somebody has requested. Vivian.
I'm not seeing, I'm telling him I'm not seeing any other request here. Nobody has requested. So, okay, one person just...
Vivian.
It's Miracle Purple, and I'm accepting a person to speak now.
Oh, man. Network.
Good evening.
Good evening, Miracle.
Yeah,
I can hear you clearly.
you said something about storytelling in book description. In production.
About what, sorry?
Yeah. So I want to ask.
About what? I didn't get that. You said
about storytelling in introduction when writing a book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My question is, how do you craft the storytelling? Is it that you craft from your head, or you get a particular site where you get stories from that you put in your book introduction? That's my question.
Okay, let me quickly answer that. You see, I craft it from my head. I don't have a website where I get stories from.
Yes.
It is based on the book. It's not something that is hard. Like I said, it's not even supposed to be more than half a page.
Yes.
It's a very short story to introduce people into your book.
Yes.
Give me a topic from your head or any of your book. Let me give you a story right now that you can use.
All right.
Something to tell you how I do
something about, let me say, something about child's mentality, like child's growth.
Give me the title. Give me the book title.
Okay. How to grow an emotionally strong child.
Okay, good. How to grow an emotionally strong child.
Yes.
Now, let me give you a simple story. My neighbor gave birth to her child 7 years ago. The child is 7 years now. That's what it means.
Yes.
And all through, the child comes last in class.
Yes.
The child does not perform well in class and all. Now, I read about the strategy. I'm the author now.
Yes.
I just talked about my neighbor's child that is not doing well in class.
Yes.
And now I read about the strategy some time ago where I went for a seminar, a child care seminar.
Yes.
Or when I gave birth to my child, there was a sensitization program going on, and they thought about how or things you should do to make your child emotionally strong.
Yes.
I implemented this for myself, and it's worked for my children, my cousins, my sisters, everybody. It's worked for them. It has worked for over 300 people that I know of, that I thought, now I want to teach you how to do it for yourself in this book. That is the story.
Wow.
Anybody that reads this would click that book to buy it. It means that, this person has gone through what I went through, and the person understands what I want. That is just the story.
Yes.
I hope you understand.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Remember, just craft something from your head. It doesn't have to, and it's very short. What I just said will not take more than a page, or maybe not even up to a page.
Yes.
So that's just what it is.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You push Alawale talk.
Hello.
I can see people are requesting.
Hello. Legalnairatv, can you hear me now?
Can you please allow 2 or 3 more people before we continue?
Okay, I just allowed someone to speak.
Hussaini.
Please, Hussaini should kindly unmute his mic and ask his question, please.
I can see Wale is requesting. Abraham.
Yes, sir.
You can hear me clearly, right?
Even tell him that I can hear him clearly. I don't know why he cannot hear me. Which kind of relationship?
She's hearing you very clear.
Okay, please allow 2 more people. I see 2 more people.
Hussaini, unmute your mic, Hussaini.
Hussaini's speaker is off here.
I've allowed him to speak,
but he's
not unmuted.
Vivian is also requesting to speak.
Let's move to another person, I beg.
When this network not do like this, I beg.
Okay, Abraham, just tell Legalnairatv to carry on, please.
Legalnairatv, she said she can.
Abraham, are you there?
Yeah.
The network don't start.
Funny enough, I can hear
Abraham.
you.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly now.
Okay, she said you should carry on with your teachings.
Okay, I think there are 2 people that wants to ask questions. Please allow them.
Tell him that I've allowed them, but they're not unmuting their mics, so probably it's by mistake they requested.
She has allowed them already, but they're not unmuting their mic. That's what she said.
Okay, maybe I should just continue then.
Yes, speak now.
Okay, now let's talk about keywords. Keywords holding 70. I give it 70% because I know what it means to have the right keywords. If you have 10 books and those 10 books have the right keywords, you will keep making sales. Abraham.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let me I just wanted to be sure because network is actually fluctuating. Okay, so keywords. Simply put, keywords is what the buyer uses to find your book. That is just what keywords are. If you were the first step to having the best keyword is that if you are the one that wants to buy this book, what will you type on the Amazon search bar? The book you are writing, for example, you are writing a book about how to gain weight. Say how to gain weight. Now, if you want to write this book, if you are the one that wants to buy this book, and you go on Amazon.com, what will you type on Amazon.com so that this book that you are writing about how to gain weight would display so that you can buy? That is what keywords are. But now, a step further is that there are various words, there are different words that people will search for if they are looking for a weight gain book. Do you get? For example, how to gain weight. That's the title of your book. Some people will not type how to gain weight. They will type bodybuilding. That's another word for weight gain. Now, there are different things that can help people gain weight. you can gain weight through exercise. There are exercises that are for weight gain instead of weight loss. There are foods that you can eat to help you gain weight. There are smoothies that you can drink to help you gain weight. You see, all these things, everything should be inside your keywords. This means that whenever anybody comes to search, if they search any of these terms and the related terms, your book would display. The more people see your book, the higher your chances of making sales. According to the report, Amazon says that you make a sale after every 5 attempts. That means that if you made 5 sales today, each of those books, at least a minimum of 5 different people has seen it, and 1 person bought, or 2 people bought. So a sale comes in after 5 attempts. That was the calculation. So it means if your book sells, it means that people are actually seeing it. If they don't see it, they will not buy it. Imagine going to a market. I was using the market scenario. You go into a market. You go into a market to buy something, and then you want to buy yam. And you have 3 people selling yam in front. You have 3 people selling. Please go and meet him for me. Please excuse me. Just meet him. Tell him I'll transfer to him. Yeah. So you go into the market. There are 3 people selling yam, but there is 1 person that sells yam at the end of the market. Nobody is seeing that person. But those 3 people selling yam have used the right keyword to stay in front of the market. So if anybody wants to buy yam, once they enter that market, they would not bother to even go and start searching for the person that is at the end of the market. They will just simply buy from any of those people that displays their yam in front or at the entrance of the market. This is what keyword is. How do you display your yam, which is your book in this sense, at the entrance of the market? If somebody searches for how to raise an emotionally strong child, how will your book appear on the front page? Now, let me give you another psychological effect of keywords. If you go on Google, even if you have an assignment in school, let's say you want to quickly search Google for an assignment, and then you type, let's say it's an accounting assignment, let's say the rule of double entry. If you type the rule of double entry on Amazon, on Google, it will display the first 10 websites that has things about double entry or accounting packages or anything related to what you've typed or what you've searched. Do you ever go to the next page? Do you ever just by yourself just feel like, oh, I don't even want to check everything on this first page. I prefer going to the second page. You don't. I don't think anybody does that. Except you are looking for something, for a specific thing or a specific website that you didn't see on the front page. But if you just search the rule of double entry or you search anything on Google, there is high tendency that it is the first, second, or third one that you will pick, that displays, that you will open, that you will click to open so you can read or find the rule of double entry. This is exactly the psychology and how it works on Amazon KDP. Buyers don't go the extra mile to keep searching and searching and searching, going to different pages. So if your book is on the 3rd, 4th, 5th page, you will not make sale. You might even make one. Somebody can just say, okay, I saw this book, let me just... There's the way the algorithm works. You would, if your book is not displayed in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, from the 6th self, you're not too sure. So now, what you should do is how to make your book display on the first page. You see that everything I'm saying, I'm using a real life scenario between you and I. If you go on Google, you would never go to the next page to search for what you're looking for. You would rather look at the first page. In fact, if you see what you're looking for on the first result that displays or the second one, you will not check the third one. You just pick what you want to pick and leave Google. That's how it works on Amazon KDP. When buyers come to buy, they don't even stress themselves to go straight down and be looking for that particular book or that topic, except the first ones that display does not meet all the criteria that I explained earlier. Maybe their covers are not fine, description is not convincing, then they'll start looking for more, they'll start going down. This is how it works. Everything you are doing on Amazon KDP, you put yourself in the same position. That is how it works. So generally, keyword is, everybody's shouting keywords. This is just what it is. People will put fear. The keyword is the most. If you don't get keyword, it is true, but people put too much fear in the word keywords. So even you, that is a beginner that wants to learn keywords, you already have the fear in your mind. I'm telling you today, remove that fear from your mind. There is nothing in the keywords. It's just that it carries a lot of gravity when it comes to determining if you will make sales or not. But there is nothing in it. Once you understand how to do it, you would get it easily. And the first way to understand is by putting yourself in the buyer's shoes. What will you type if you were the one looking for this book? Those are things you should use as your keywords. That's the first stage. Then the second stage is for you to know that you don't just think keyword from your head. You don't just think that, I feel like this book should sell, and then you go and write the book about it. You would suffer. As a beginner, you don't write what you feel or what you think. You write what people are buying, what people are searching for. That is where you start eradicating sufferness and poverty out of your KDP journey. If you just think about it and say, I think how to play football will sell. People should be looking for how to play football now. And then you go and Google, take your time, write, paraphrase, and look for and create a book on how to play football. You will be surprised that you might not even make sales, or you can just make 1 or 2 sales and you stop making sales because that keyword is not what people are looking for. So it is your duty, if you want to make money on KDP, it is your duty to start looking for what people are buying before you start writing your books. You don't write books unless you've seen proof that people are buying this book. Now, how do you see this proof? There are free tools that you can use to know that the book is selling or the book is not selling. Number 1 tool is a Chrome extension called DS Amazon Quick View. DS Amazon Quick View. If you don't get the spelling, or you don't find it in your Chrome, or you don't know how to add it to your Chrome, it's a free extension. If you don't know how to add it, tag me on my timeline or on your timeline, and then I would explain to you how to do it. This DS Amazon Quick View, like the name Quick View, what it helps you to do is that it shows you the bestseller rank. There's something called bestseller rank. If you're going to be working on Amazon KDP, there are some terms you must understand. It is very important you understand these terms. Number 1 is BSR. BSR stands for bestseller rank. In fact, the full the full acronym is ABSR, Amazon Bestseller Rank. This bestseller rank, there's a way it's calculated. It has a reverse calculation. The lower the best, normally, if you go on Amazon KDP, you should be thinking that if a book is selling more copies, it means that the bestseller rank should be increasing. No. It is reverse is the case here. If a book is selling more copies, the bestseller rank will be reducing, which means that a book with 1,000 bestseller rank is selling better than a book with 20,000 bestseller rank. or is selling more copies than a book with 20,000 bestseller rank. A book with 100,000 bestseller rank is selling more than a book with 300,000 bestseller rank. So please, it's a bit confusing for beginners, but don't let it confuse you. Just know that it is calculated in reverse. The higher the bestseller rank, the lower the sales that book is making. The lower the bestseller rank, the higher the sales that book is selling. Because bestseller means the book that is selling best in that category. So if you see a book that has 1 as its bestseller, it is the book that is selling best in the whole of that category. It sells a lot of copies every day or every month. So what this DS Amazon Quick View does is that it will show you on a normal day, if you don't have these extensions installed, you would not see the bestseller rank of a book. Once you search, you will not see it, except you dig deep. There's a way to dig deep and see it, but mere searching a keyword on the Amazon search bar, you will not see it. But if you have this extension called DS Amazon Quick View, once you search, you will see the bestseller rank beside each of the books as they display. This way, you would know if the book is selling or not. So if you see a book that has 1 million bestseller rank, just leave it. That book is not selling. Not selling does not mean it's not selling like maybe 1, 2, or 3 or 5 copies in a month. But is that what you want to do? Is that the kind of book you want to be writing? Do you want to be writing books that sells only 5 copies in a month? No. So just leave that. So DS Amazon Quick View is the first Chrome extension you should use. The second one is AMZ Suggestion Expander. It's another free Chrome extension. AMZ or AMZ Suggestion Expander. What this one does is that if you search a keyword on the Amazon search bar, Amazon will give you other related keywords that people are searching. People that bought that book, the kind of things they are searching, Amazon will show you. For example, if you search French fries cookbook, that's a cookbook about how to prepare French fries. Amazon will show you other things that people are searching. Amazon can show you how to prepare French fries. Amazon can also show you the cookbook from French kitchen. Amazon can also show you they will just show you different things that people have been searching. Those are keywords that you should keep. If Amazon shows it to you, it means that people are searching for it. Now you keep that keyword. I'm going to give another secret now, please. Anything I call secrets, just keep it. People don't know it. I'm telling you the truth. I've met with I'm on about 3 or 4 KDP groups. When people talk, I have an idea of what they know and what they don't know. What I call secrets, people don't know it. I discovered them, tried them, gave them to other people to try, and it is working magic. Now, when you search a keyword on the search bar, Amazon will display other related keywords that people are searching. Those keywords, don't play with them, just keep them. Now, if you have the AMZ Suggestion Expander Chrome extension installed, Amazon will, what the extension will do is that it will give you, it says Suggestion Expander. It will expand the keywords and give you more things that people are searching. Amazon will just give you a few, but the expander will show you more of those things that people are searching. That's the second free tool for Amazon KDP keyword research. Now, let me tell you the secret. This secret, I've only told my circle, but I want to tell you guys now. See, if I say it, I don't want you to believe me. Just try it. Some people will say, it's a lie, blah, blah, blah. If I say it, I don't want you to believe me. Just go and try it. Now, Amazon displays keywords. See, Amazon will not give you the search term or the search volume of each of these keywords. If you search something on Amazon, they will just show you and they will show you a bestseller rank or show you. They will not tell you how many times people are searching for it in a month, how many times people are searching for each of these keywords every month. Now, we discovered it ourselves in my circle. The keywords, when you search them, did I add that if you want to search a keyword, I want to get the suggestion expander, you don't press enter. If you search raising emotionally strong kids, you don't click enter, just leave it. You can press space bar and leave it. You will see that it will display other keywords for you on that same search bar. It's just bring out another window and display all the search bar, all the search terms. All these search terms are displayed based on search volume. The one that displays first has the highest number of searches, followed by the second one, the third one, the fourth one, like that. You see, this secret, it's a huge sales determinant, but people don't know. People just see all the keywords, pick them, use anyone they like. No. You have to follow them according to the way they are outlined on the search bar. So, use them like that. Place more emphasis on the way they are displayed. The first one has more search terms or more search results than the second one. The second one has more than the third one. The third one has more than the fourth one. Like that. That is how it goes. So if you arrange these first set of keywords that displays on your search bar, if you arrange them in your back-end keywords, you will see the magic that will happen. The algorithm understands when you use the right keywords and people are searching and then your book is displaying. It will be bringing it up the more. When people are buying your book, Amazon wants more people to buy your book. Definitely. It's just normal. Look at you. If, for example, you sell something or you went to buy, so that's the referral we're talking about. You went to a store now to buy one nice shoe, and then somebody says, man, guy, when you buy this shoe fine, no. So as the shoe makes sense. When you buy them, because of that compliment, the joy in your face that you are wearing something nice, you will just tell the person, now for that store now, if you go that market, the first store by your left, now they are buying them now. You have referred somebody to go and buy there. You want more people to buy from that store, so you are indirectly helping the person make sale. That is how it works on Amazon. When people buy your book and they are happy with it, they can share it as a gift on the Amazon platform. They can refer to more people to buy it. That's why you see some books under, what's it called again? Gift ideas or something like that. Your book will be listed under gift ideas. It means that people are enjoying your book. People are buying it. They are sharing. They are happy about it. Amazon algorithm, seeing that happen, will be pushing the book up so that when people are searching, they'll be seeing your book, because the more money you make, the more money Amazon makes. So if your book is bringing more money to them, they would also want more people to see and buy so that they would make more money. It's not even about you. Amazon does not care about how much you make. They care about how much they make. So putting your book up helps them make more money. You are the second option. It helps you make money, but helps them make money too. So the priority is on them, not even you. But to help you and favor you, because people are searching and they are picking or selecting your book over many other books. It's just normal. It's a normal thing in marketing. Any product or anything that is selling well, you want to push it more so that to sell more and then you make more money. That's simple. So, as I said earlier, the secret is that the way these things are outlined as they show in your search bar has the highest search volume. Amazon will not give you the figure for the search volume, except you are using a third-party tool called Publisher Rocket. You can now have an idea of how well people are searching for that. Even the tool will not give you the number or the average. It will give you a percentage of how well people are searching that keyword. So I've just given you this now for keywords, how you should use them. That's number 2. I've given how many now? 2. Then the third one, I don't always use it though, but I'll just tell you, you can use it. It will work for beginners. Is self-publishing titans. Just go on your Chrome, search self-publishing titans, SPT. Add that to your Chrome. That will give you search. That will give you search results. To give you keyword score. To give you other information that you will need. But you see the first two I explained. Those are the two most important. There's another one that Emma Bams talk about. I tried it and it's very cool. It will give you long tail and short tail keywords. I would make a thread about it. I can't remember the name, but I wrote it and I've added it to my Chrome, so I'll check. So these are the tools you need to get to determine or discover how well a book is selling. Now, if you want to search for keywords or topics to write about, I know this is the major problem. A lot of people have called me, bro, please now, the topics you gave me, I finished writing. I can't be calling you for topics every time. How can I get topics to write about? You first of all need to search for best-selling books in the niche that you want to write about. For example, you want to write about relationship. All you need to do is to go to Google and search best, or you can say relationship books bestseller. You say relationship books on Amazon bestseller. Okay? If you want to niche it down, you can type dating. Let's say you want in relation. There are different aspects of relationship. There is marriage, there is divorce, there is family and something. But let's say you want to talk about dating, because dating sells very well. It's a very, very profitable niche, dating. So you can now say dating books bestseller on Amazon. The search results will display. And then you will see, you can even see Amazon ads, but there is one that has AGPS. You will see it directly under the search results for each of them. The one that has AGPS is the one you will click. Okay? When you click it, it will take you to all the best-selling books in dating. I hope you are following. This is how to get topic. If you've ever had the problem of, oh God, how can I get topics for my books? I'm telling you how to get topics. If you want to get topic for a weight loss book, just type weight loss books bestseller on Amazon. It will display them. It will display the results on Google. Then you look for the one that has AGPS under it. Just click on the one that has AGPS. It will display all the best selling books under weight loss category. Now, I remember I told you that it is the books that sell that you should be writing, not what you think. What you think can be a good book, but if it's not selling on Amazon, there's no point writing it. If you write it, just know that you're writing it to fulfill your heart's desire. It does not mean that is not your quest for money. It is your quest to satisfy your own writing urge. What you should be focusing on if you want to make sales is what people are buying. And what people are buying are the best-selling books. It's a very simple math. It's only what people are buying that will be regarded as the best-selling. If they are not buying, cannot be regarded as the best-selling. Abraham.
Yeah, Kenny's talking.
Yes.
I can't hear Kenny at all. Her mic is even off. Please, anything she says, let me know.
My mic is on. My mic is on.
Kenny, go ahead. I know you.
Okay, so I wanted to say that I want more people because I know that people are leaving this space. So tell people that are on this space to kindly retweet on their timeline and also follow the speakers. So follow me.
Okay.
Follow Legalnairatv, all right?
I just hope everyone is hearing me because
tell them to retweet. I notice people are leaving the space and
Kenny just said people are leaving this space. So if you are in this space now, you can try to retweet so that your followers and people that are settled in Amazon can.
Okay, so people are leaving.
Yes. So
why?
People that are listening now, I don't know. If you're in this place, try to reach
Maybe some people are not
so
hearing.
other people can see it. Yeah, and follow the speaker, Kenny and Legal Naira.
Okay, you know what I think we should do? Let's allow maybe 3 people to talk and ask questions so that I'll be sure they are here. You can hear me. Sandra just requested. Stephanie too just requested. Please let them talk. Let me see. I'll ask them if they can hear me. At least if they can hear me, that means others can hear me.
Okay. I just tell him I just allowed now. I don't allow Stephanie.
It's Stephanie and
So Stephanie, you can unmute and ask your question.
Stephanie. The line is breaking. I can't even hear Stephanie. Okay, allow somebody else.
I can actually hear everything you were saying.
Okay, that's good. You can hear me clearly, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. At least that's good. One more person, please.
Yes, we can
Or do you want to ask
hear
a question?
Stephanie.
Okay, that's good. Okay, my mind don't rest now. I did fear before saying I'm hear me. Okay, so let's continue so that we can round up as fast as possible. So I was talking about how to get topics to write about and what you should do to get topics. You see, the first thing you need to discover is a niche that sells. Everything that is evergreen sells. Once a niche is termed evergreen, it sells. Number one way to know evergreen niches are things that can stand the test of time. What are you going to be writing about that even people that they've not given birth to, will still need it when they grow up? Those are evergreen niches. And the other of them all is health. So if a child is given birth to today, there is nobody that can go 20, 30, 40 years without falling sick. In fact, the more you grow older, the higher your chances of contacting a chronic disease. So if you have a book about something that can cure or prevent any of these diseases from now, even a child that they've not given birth to will grow up to buy that book. That is what we call evergreen. Another thing that's a major problem in the world is relationship. People break up every day. Some people cannot talk to a girl. Some people cannot talk to a boy. Some people cannot keep a relationship. They have problems. They have ego. They cannot keep their relationship. That's another thing that before they gave birth to us in this generation, people have been facing relationship problems. We grew up now and we are also facing relationship problems in this generation. The next generation will also face relationship problems. So if you have books that can teach people about relationship, that is an evergreen book. Another thing that's a major problem is, talking about relationship, we have divorce. Before they gave birth to us, people have been filing divorce. Today, you would hear that somebody has divorced their husband. Some people don't really want to divorce, so they go online to search for books that would help them handle their marriage and then keep it safe. They read such books, especially when they're having problems in their marriage. They will come online to look for books that they can read that would help them calm the situation, and then they can live happily with their spouse. Now, another kind of book that you can tag as a relationship, as an evergreen book, is business and finance. Business and finance. Before they gave birth to my father and my mother, people have been looking for ways to make money or grow their businesses or become wealthy. After they gave birth to my parents too struggled in that race, joined them in searching for greener pastures. And here I am too, running helter-skelter, looking for how to make money, whether online, offline, do things to make money. The children I will give birth to, will also grow up to be looking for money or business or generational wealth or passive income. That is another evergreen niche. So even if I don't mention more evergreen niches, with the 3 examples I've given, you can on your own sit down and think of an evergreen niche. Another evergreen niche is self-help. For example, let me give an example of self-help. How to become a better person in life. Before they gave birth to me, people have been searching for how to become better persons, how to become the best in everything they do, how to stop these bad habits, how to stop smoking. In fact, when I was very small, I used to hear people talk about, caution people that, why are you still smoking? You need to stop smoking. That is years ago. And then smoking has not been banned anywhere. People would still keep smoking now that I'm an adult. And when I give birth to my own children, those children would also learn that they should not smoke in their schools or in class. They'll tell them the negative effects of smoking on their health. And also, these are evergreen niches. With the way I've explained evergreen niches, you should not be able to, you should not say, I'm looking for a topic to write about. Anything you write about in the evergreen niche will sell. That's the truth. Anything you write about, it's a long-aged problem. People are looking for solutions. So if you write the solution, do the keywords well, you will definitely make sales. That's just it. So with this said, what you need now is to look for the selling topics in evergreen niches. And that is where we are. That's what I'm trying to explain. If you want to get a selling topic, a top selling topic, first of all, you need to find the evergreen niche branch that you want to do. Do I want to do business and finance? Do I want to do relationship? Do I want to do health and fitness? Do I want to do? Just look for the one you want to do. For the purpose of this class, let's use relationship. So for relationship, okay, you now think again, do I want to do divorce? Like, I want to teach people how they should stop divorce and all. As long as it's an evergreen niche, it will sell. It now depends on how well you package it based on the 5 variables I gave earlier. Number 1, let's say you want to do, don't even pick a branch. Don't say divorce or dating or anything. Just go on Google, type best-selling relationship books on Amazon. Best-seller, or you can say relationship books bestseller on Amazon. Anyway you put it, to bring it. That's what keyword is. And to bring it, just look for the one that has AGBS under it. It will load all the results. Just look for the ones that have AGBS under it. Click on it. Once it shows AGBS, you click on it. When you click on it, it will load the best-selling relationship books. It has not loaded the categories for you. It will just show you all the books that are best-selling. Now, by the left-hand side, you will now see the categories. You will see dating, you will see marriage, you will see I should be on my PC. By the left-hand side, you will see like 10 to 15 other categories. Under all these categories, if you click any one, it will be showing you the best-selling book in each of those categories. With what I'm telling you, you can get 200 topics this night to write about. So, just as you are clicking those categories, based on your preference, this is where your preference works. I don't used to have preference. If it's me, I'll start clicking them one by one. I know they look, nothing concerns me and preference. Now, book where they sell are defined. As long as the book is selling, I'll write about it. Now, the highest format, you also need to use the highest book format to do your search. The highest book format on Amazon KDP is Kindle. I said we have Kindle, we have paperback, and we have hardcover. The highest book format that sells on Amazon KDP is Kindle. So it is advisable, it is recommended that we always use Kindle for our research. This only works for high content books. It does not work for low content because there is no Kindle for low content. But I know somebody that does not upload Kindle at all. He uploads only paperback. In this case, when he's doing his research, he would change the department. You know that On the Amazon search bar, there is a small icon written all, ALL, like all departments. Now, if you are doing this type of topic research that I'm explaining, you don't leave it under all. This thing is very, very dynamic. I hope you guys will understand. There are two ways to do topic research. Number one is to go directly on Amazon. If you are going directly on Amazon, you leave it under all because you want to know what people are searching for. And whenever a customer is coming to buy books on Amazon, they don't change the all. They don't change it to books or change it to any other thing. They will leave it under all. They will now search for the title of the book. I hope you understand. Then if you are going through Google, you need to change it to Kindle because you are trying to get the highest selling books so that you can tap into that opportunity. So after you search and you click on the AGBS results on Amazon, on Google, it will take you to when it loads the Amazon page for you, it will load other best-selling categories by the left-hand side of your screen. Now, when it loads, each of those categories has their best sellers displayed for you in front of you. That's for relationship. The same thing applicable to, let's say, we want to write, okay, we're looking for health and diet. Let's say you're interested in writing about health and diet. Just go on Google, type health and diet best-selling books on Amazon KDP. It will display the results. The first two, usually the first two or the first three, one of them will have AGBS on that. It is because the first one, there's high tendency that the first one will be Amazon ads. If you click that, you will not get the result you are looking for because it's an ads. The purpose of an ad is to make sales. Amazon will just show you only what they want you to see so that you will buy. So you don't click that. You will click the second one that has AGBS. That is the one that is talking about. That's the one that's talking about what you are looking for as an author or publisher. So when you click it, it will show you all the books that are selling under health and diet. Now, the best-selling books under health and diet. By the left-hand side, it will display all other categories under health and diet. Now, when it displays it, each of these categories, as you are clicking them, it will be displaying the best-selling books in that categories. This is where you can pick your topics from, or your book title from, based on the bestseller rank that I explained earlier. So imagine displaying such books and then you see one that has 2,000 bestseller rank and you see another one that has 7,000 bestseller rank. Which one do you think you should write about? You should go for the one with 2,000 because it automatically means that the 2,000 bestseller is selling far more than the 7,000 bestseller or anything above 2,000. Remember the formula. The lower the bestseller rank, the higher the sales that book is making. The higher the bestseller rank, the lower the sales the book is making. You need to understand it. It's reverse calculation. So, once you have this, you have over 1,000 topics in front of you. That's exactly what I've just explained. You have over 1,000 health and fitness topics. Big different categories. So, the next thing you want to do is to start searching them from the left-hand side. But you must, first of all, on the search bar, you will change it to Kindle. Kindle format is the highest selling format on Amazon KDP. I'm not saying it brings the highest money, but I'm saying for volume, it brings the highest number of sales because it is cheap and the ease of reading. You don't need to wait for it to be delivered. Once you pay for it today, right now, you will get it on your Kindle device. It does not take time. You can buy now and start reading right away. They don't need to deliver it to you. It goes directly to your Kindle device. That's 2. Then number 3 is cheap. most times Kindle books are usually between 0.99 to 3.99. All my Kindle books are 3.99. Yeah, I know they do 2.99. But what I do is that when I start a new account or I teach somebody, I will advise you that maybe your first 10 books should be 2.99 so that you can attract sales. Okay? So that you can attract sales. Then after your 10 books, if you want to start writing more books, you can now be putting 3.99. But me, at 3.99, I don't follow anybody play. So now, when you put it under Kindle, it will now show you all the best-selling Kindle books under each of those categories. You will now start looking at them one by one. Now, this is where your DS Amazon Quick View comes to play, because it will be displaying each book with their bestseller rank. Now, let me give you another psychological way to find best-selling books. Imagine a book that was published 90 days ago. Okay? 90 days ago, and it already has 3 reviews. And according to Amazon calculation, 1 review, for every 3 buyer, you will get 1 review. That means that if a book has 10 reviews, it means the book has sold 30 copies. That's what Amazon is telling us. The average calculation shows that if a book has 1 review, it means the book has sold 3 copies. Now, imagine looking at you can check by the date it was published or it went live. You will see 90 days, you will see 60 days. Now, if you just say you check on 90 days, and a book that was published 3 months ago already has 10 reviews, I won't even think twice before I start writing that book. I'll just coin my topic out of it and start writing it. Hope you understand. So you can check based on new, what's it called? The word is not new arrival. I've forgotten the word they use on Amazon, but if you see it, you will recognize it. I'm trying to say that the books that were published recently. So now, this way, you can now start picking the topics that has the best selling. But see, let me tell you something. There are some topics that are too personal. You cannot use them. There is likelihood that they've been copyrighted. Copyrighted means, or trademarked, sorry. It means that you cannot use that topic. Only that person has the right to use that topic. And they are too personal. For example, there is this book, How Not to Die. If you always search for topics on Amazon KDP or under health and diet, you'll be seeing this book very well. How Not to Die. The book is simply talking about things you should eat or things you should do, your lifestyle changes and your dieting that you should be doing to live healthy. That book is the same thing as food to eat to beat diseases, or how to prevent diseases with food. It's the same thing. But the person personalized that title, How Not to Die. It is very attractive and it is too personal. If you write a book about how not to die, Amazon will ban your account, because that it shows that you copied that person. But you can write the same book, different title, but the same meaning. How Not to Die is simply talking about lifestyle changes, dietary changes that you can start adopting so that you will live healthy. You can now say, you can say the healthy eating cookbook is the same thing as How Not to Die. You can say food to prevent diseases is the same thing as How Not to Die. So you've seen that book is selling. What How Not to Die is selling. What you should do is to tap into their keywords and then write your own book. But there are some other ones that are simple, plain English, that they are not personalized. Like, for example, intermittent fasting for men. It's plain English. You can write about that. In fact, you can write it, intermittent fasting. Now you need to personalize it in your own way. And this is where we're going to talk about niching down. I'll come back to it. So generally, I've been able to explain how to get topics that you can write about. What I've just explained, you can use it for any type of niche. The only niche that it might not work for is trend, because trend they will just come and go. So you can't use it for trend models, you can't use it for trend, but you can use it for evergreen very well. any type of evergreen, it works very well. So I think we should allow 2 more people ask questions before we move to the next category. We have 3 more categories to go that I want to talk about. 1 is about how to prevent your account from getting banned. 2 is I want to conclude this keyword. And 3, how to write a book without writing a book. So please, let's take 2 or 3 more questions before we continue.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that contribution and everything you said to us. I have a question concerning keywords.
Okay.
Because you said something about keywords. And my question is, most of us, we actually have passed the stage of looking for keywords. Now we are at the point of filling those boxes.
Okay.
So the problem now is, are we supposed to repeat? Because there are some things that repeat when we are searching for keywords. Are we supposed to repeat them, or we are supposed to just find a way to manipulate our way so that we can fill in the boxes, or just put in the words that are important and leave the rest space?
In fact, this is a lovely question. It's a very, very good question. Now, you see, if you check Amazon terms and conditions, they will say they don't want you to repeat keywords and all. They don't want you to repeat keywords. But even without Amazon terms and conditions, repeating keywords, you are the one that is losing. The algorithm understands, if you write, in fact, the fact that the keyword is already in your title, even if you don't put it in your subtitle and your 7 backend keywords again, you are good. You don't have to chunk in a keyword like 10 times before you think the algorithm would rank it. No. Once it is in your title, just look for other things to put in your backend and your subtitle. Okay, but if you don't get something, the formula I use, and I've been safe with it, and every other person that I've taught has been safe with it, is that don't even try to make it appear more than 3 times or twice. If let's say you are writing cancer diet cookbook, okay, in your 7 backend keyword,
yes, sir.
You can add that cancer diet again, maybe in 2 of the spaces, but don't let it go beyond that. Because apart from what Amazon even said with their warning, you are the one that is losing. There are other things you can put there that you are already letting the same cancer diet to take that space again. Do you understand? Now,
yes,
did you ask how you should get the things you should put?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me explain that. If you search cancer diet cookbook, remember to always change your location to the US.
Yes,
don't leave it in Nigeria. You know how to do that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope if you don't know how to do it, just go to the location beside your search bar, click on it, and put 10001. It's the US zip code. Put 10001 and apply to change to New York zip code. That's US.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you change that, when you search, you now search for, let's say you're writing about cancer diet cookbook. When you search cancer diet cookbook, you will see all the best-selling books based on their bestseller rank.
Yes.
You will see them. Now, from their subtitles, not the titles, please. From their subtitles, you would get. You see, for those books to rank, it means their subtitle keywords are rich keywords. That is where you can take other things from. All of them, as they are ranking top like that, that's where you'll be picking it from. Just picking it. You can see something like, let's say, cancer diet cookbook. You can see one that will say cancer prevention diet for beginners. That's title. Then subtitle can now say something like delectable or delicious recipes for everyone to cure cancer. Cure cancer. Cure is the word there. You've taken it.
Yes.
Cancer is already in your title. You don't even need to add cure cancer. Once you put cure and the cancer is there, I'm telling you, the algorithm joins it together and ranks you with it. You will see another one. You know your book is cancer diet cookbook. You will see another one can say prevention measure or preventive measures for cancer.
Yes, sir.
Or you can even state type of for breast cancer. That preventive measures. You see, without even being told, anybody that's looking for anything about cancer there's likelihood that they will type how to prevent or preventive measures for cancer. So that is another word you will pick. You also watch out for the one that almost all of them are using. You will see them, if you check, you will see that like 3 or 4 of them are using a particular keyword that reoccurs. Just take it. Don't even think twice. Just take that word, use it in your. That's how you can get your 7 backend keywords from here. And as long as those books are ranking on top, just know that you will rank. Just know that you will rank too. That one is sure, because you've used the keyword that people are searching the most, and Amazon is ranking those keywords. You know, I told you that the more you're selling, the more Amazon will be ranking it, because they want you to make sales so that they will make money. So the fact that you're using those keywords that Amazon is ranking or the algorithm is ranking, you would also rank even if you're a new seller. So that is how to get more of the things you use in your 7 backend keywords. You don't think it from your head. You would be putting wrong things. But just use this method I've just explained to you. You will see a lot of things that they also use. Some people can say dietary measures. Just take it.
Yes.
That's another thing, diet. Some people can use the word exercise. Just take it. Anything you see that reoccurs, just use it. Instead of repeating the cancer, you can repeat it, but don't overdo it.
Yes. Okay, so let me just try to see if I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
You said that after feeling, let me say you're writing a cookbook about cancer, now you've written the keywords, which is the one you want to rank for. Okay. And now you're looking for more keywords from your 7, or let me say your 6 remaining spaces.
Okay.
Does it mean that I'm going to look for bestseller, like books that are bestseller?
No. This time it's not bestseller. This time I'm not looking for bestseller. What you're looking for is just books about cancer that are selling. It's not even the best. You don't have to look for the bestsellers.
All right.
Because once you change it to the US as your location, Amazon will think that you are. They will not know that you are an author or a publisher. They will think you are a buyer that wants to buy. So they will definitely show you the ones they want you to buy that are selling the most.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
They will show you the ones they want you to buy that are selling the most. You can, to get this very well, you can use incognito, but I don't even stress myself with incognito. Incognito, you know what it does now? It will give you fresh, new. It does not save cookies or cache, so it will give you new. It's just be neutral. It will give you what it is supposed to give you, not based on your previous search. So that's just it. So you don't need to search for bestsellers. The ones Amazon will rank for you are the ones Amazon themselves think that any buyer that comes on Amazon from the US should see and buy. Those are the ones should steal their keywords, because those are the ranking keywords.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. And talking about back-end keywords, your back-end keywords, I always say it, your back-end keywords does not need to be grammatically correct.
Yes.
It does not need to be grammatically correct. The only thing that should be grammatically correct is your title and your subtitle.
Yes.
Because your buyers will see it, they will read it. Yes. If the grammar is not correct, they will just look at it like they would what's it called again? They would range, or they will see your book based on the wrong grammar in your title. They will say, this person, only title has grammar, then the book will be nonsense. So it has to be grammatically correct. But you see in your 7 backend keyword, you can write diet cancer. Instead of cancer diet, you can write diet cancer.
Yes.
You can write, you can say, just put those keywords. It doesn't have to make sense in English.
Yes.
The spelling just has to be right.
Yes. Okay, sir. Let me say something. Like, if you've actually written dietary cancer book now, and you still have space, and now you went along to see other books that also have keywords you need to use, and just keep filling it in that box, right?
Yes. In fact, see, if you are filling your 7 backend box and you don't fill it up, you are the one that is losing. You should fill it up.
Yes, sir.
You should fill it up. If you write, let's say just write in the first box, you write cancer diet. The second one, you write cancer prevention. The third one, you write foods to avoid. And you leave it like that, you're already losing money on the table. You should. Amazon gave you that. If Amazon does not want you to fill it, they will give you only the numbers they want you to put.
Yes.
So they want you to fill everything up. So now, let me give you another secret. If you, for example, for your Kindle now, you've used all the keywords you got, and you still have like 3 or 4 or 5 more that you've not used, don't worry. Use those ones in your paperback.
Sharp.
Do you get? In fact, you are spreading your tentacles.
Yes.
You are trying to reach more people. You know why? Because if somebody searches for Cancer Diet Group and your book displays, if it's the Kindle that displayed, by the side you will see the paperback.
Yes.
If it's the paperback that displayed, by the side you will see the Kindle.
Yes.
So this means that you'll be using one stone to kill 3 birds, not even 2.
Yes.
I hope you understand.
Yes, I do.
Okay, have I answered your question?
Yes, you have.
Let's give room for one more person. You're welcome.
See me. Hey.
Hello, Legalnairatv, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Kenny's talking. I don't think he can hear you.
I can hear you.
Please, my question is that hello, can I talk?
I can hear you. Please talk. Go ahead.
My question is about checking trademark. As in, if you are going to check trademark, is it that you are going to put all the content to so that the tool will select the trademark, or you are going? How do you know the word that you are supposed to check for trademark?
Okay. Yeah. Now you only put the title. Now, if you see a word in, I just explained how you can get keywords from best-selling subtitles that Amazon will give you. You see those things that you see there, you should pick it, and then that is the only thing you should put in the trademark website. There are 2. USPT, I can't really remember this, but I can remember Trademark here. I use Trademark here every time. Trademark here. Use it. If you see it, if you put it, it will tell you if somebody is using it. It will tell you when they registered it. It will tell you the person that is using it, what they are using it for. It will give you all the details. In fact, they've upgraded their site recently, like 2 weeks ago. You would see everything. You will see that the title has been trademarked. So you don't need to put the entire book, please. Just put only the keyword you want to check. It's trademark. I hope I've been able to answer.
Yeah. But I beg, is it that the title of the book I'm modeling I'm going to put, or any this in choice of the book title that I have that I'm going to put?
Any book that you want to create, you can check the title. Yes. Whether you are modeling it, you see. Let me tell you something about Amazon. The fact that somebody's book is on Amazon does not mean that book is 100% good. If you see a book that you want to model, that book might be infringing. And Amazon has not gotten in. Okay? You can create that same book today and Amazon will come for you tomorrow. And you'll be like, but this other person's book is still on the platform. They've not just gotten to the person. Now your own luck with that. So a book can be on Amazon, infringing on somebody's rights, but nobody has seen it, or nobody has called Amazon attention to. And Amazon can ban the new account, not your account. I don't want to use the word your account. Amazon can ban the account that copied somebody, and you'll be surprised that but this person I copied, his own book is still there. So please always check trademarks before you start writing books, especially if the word is not a plain English word. For example, there was a book when I started Amazon KDP. There's a book that got me into trouble. Skinny taste. I'm like that. But there is skinny taste. Now, skinny taste is not in the dictionary, but skinny is in the dictionary, taste is in the dictionary. It is this person that brought the 2 words together, trademarked it, and started using it as their product name. Skinny taste. They have books on everything health and diet. They have skinny taste for weight loss. They have skinny taste for cancer, skinny taste for diabetes, skinny taste for everything under health and fitness. They have it. So I just saw that it was selling and I quickly used it, and then they came for me. Although I was able to bypass it, I begged and all, and then they allowed me. But since then, I knew that it doesn't have to be a word that is not English. The word can sound like English, but as long as, in short, if it is too good to be true, then you have to check trademark for it. Skinny taste, I check dictionary, I don't see the word. I don't see anything like skinny taste as a whole word. But I check skinny, I see. I check taste, I see. Join it together, it is the person's So I hope I've been able to explain that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. One other person, please, before we round up.
Thank you so far for the knowledge.
You're welcome, Afro-Teens.
I want to ask concerning the Chrome extensions, like can you only use them with a laptop or they can also work on a mobile phone?
The thing is, I don't really use phones for Amazon KDP, but every time I talk about extensions, people that use phone, Android phones especially, they used to give solutions for people that don't have laptops. So they said, I have not tried it, but that is what they said is working for them. You would need to download Kiwi browser first from your Play Store. When you download Kiwi browser, you can now, if you open the Kiwi browser, you will now go to the menu and select desktop mode. When you select desktop mode, you can now download. With desktop mode, you can now download, search and download on any of these extensions I just talked about.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Abraham. Abraham, are you there?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, two more. I think Sandra and Abubakar also wants to ask questions. Please, let's just take two of them before we continue. Please.
Hello, Abraham. Can you hear me now?
Legalnaira, can you hear Kenny?
I can hear you clearly.
But can you hear Kenny?
I can't hear Kenny sincerely. Her mic is off.
The way this thing is doing me now is as if I should close this space and start again. I'm not going to do that because I have to communicate with him. There are many things I want alignment with the space, and I have
she said she wants to close the space and start it again because she wants to ask you some questions.
Oh, okay. You know what we should do? Let's take a 30 minutes break. I'm in the office. Let me quickly go. In 30 minutes, I'll be home. So we'll continue in 30 minutes.
Okay, that would be better.
Kenny, please take notes. I'll be home in 30 minutes. I'll chat you up when I get home.
Okay, so this is like this will be the part 1. All right.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes.
Part 2 is coming up. So let's do it. Part 1. I'm going to save this recording now and share. Why part 2 will be coming up after 30 minutes when Legalnaira comes up. Thank you, everyone, and bye for now.